and welcome to our next episode of Port Charles Chat. I'm Mom, and I'm here with Brandon again, and we thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to get right into it. So first, we'll start with just a little synopsis of what happened last week, and we're focusing this week on the week of July 22nd through July 26th. So first of all, let's talk a little bit about Sonny. Sonny's looking kind of desperate now. He has met with Diane in order to try to figure out who could kind of help him with testimony or to help him with testimony in regards to himself as a father during his trial with Ava. And so one of the people that he talks about and talks to is Michael. And Michael says that he doesn't believe that he should testify with his father. And that's upset Sonny. Brandon, what were your thoughts when you saw that?
Well, yeah, that whole conversation was just so interesting because Michael went there because he thought he was there to make amends with his father, Sonny, but instead, when he said, I don't think it's in the best interest just because it might bring up, unwanted family history that might prevent you, from getting custody since this is a custody hearing, and Sonny basically lashed out at him and pushed him away, and even his lawyer Diane, Sonny's lawyer Diane, is even questioning it. And even when somebody's like, stay out of this. This is a family matter. It's like, well, as your lawyer, you just blew your best chance of getting custody here.
Yeah, it was a really interesting conversation to kind of watch, and but I did understand Michael's take at the same time, because Michael did mention all of the reasons why he should not, only because the Scotty could bring up these other things, and Scotty's very aware of these other things that have has happened to Michael in his past in regards to his father. So, but so Sonny is in essence just kind of desperate at this point, just trying to find anyone who's willing to actually speak on his behalf. Sonny also, one of the other important things that happens this week is that Sonny actually learns the truth about Jason, and he learns why Jason was working with Kate, and he hears all of this from Carly. And then so that leads us into a Jason and Kate's discussion. Um, Jason thought he was finished with the FBI because he had actually given Kate the phone and the information that went along with it. However, since Valentine was not found, or was not caught rather, the FBI wants to send him out on another assignment out of town. Now, Kate uses the yours FBI loosely, but I'm sure it's really just coming from Kate's himself. But but in essence, Jason thought he was finished, and now he has to leave town again. And Carly is not happy at all about that. Carly is so unhappy with that she actually decides to kick Kate's out of the hotel. Of course, you know that Carly owns the Metro Court, and that's where Kate's is staying. And so she has his key changed so that he can't get into his room. She's just incredibly irritated by him. And so when he comes downstairs in order to speak to the desk clerk, Carly is there. And both Kate and Carly have some words. What I found interesting about this particular episode itself is I like that everyone heard this conversation except for Jason. Everyone heard this conversation that was going on in the hotel. I mean, Jocelyn was there, Gio, Sunny, Diane, and I believe there was someone else in there too. But they all kind of heard this conversation. And so it was kind of funny to watch at the same time because I liked how they brought everyone together for this event. And then Kate went ahead and she arrested Carly because Carly just stuck out her hands and she said, "Go ahead and arrest me," and he does. In the meantime, since Jason was supposed to leave town, Carly does have the opportunity to speak to Jocelyn for like 1 minute and tells her to go ahead and find Jason. And so Gia and Jocelyn go out to go find Jason. Um, Overall, Brand, we talked about this, both you and I, about the culmination of this event, how this one episode kind of had all these little things just kind of happening, then they all kind of blended together at one time. What were your feelings when you saw this?
Yeah, at the start when were so many things happening at once. And it's honestly, hard to choose even but what I would even choose as a favorite storyline here. But yeah, but seeing Carly practically begging, Jagger Agent Cates to just arrest her right then and there in the lobby of her own hotel was certainly interesting. And Jagger was trying to reassure, it's like everything's going to be okay. Just speak to Jason, as if they haven't already discussed the leverage that Cates is holding over Jason to arrest Carly. And so, yeah, but everyone's there watching, and the other person to add there is Anna, who showed up randomly towards the end of that arrest. And so it was certainly interesting. And I was kind of amused by the background characters of the people working at Carly's Hotel, the Metro Court, who are just pretending to not watch, as their boss and, is being arrested and hauled off. But this is what Carly wanted anyway, and I'm surprised it even took this long to even get to this point. But highlight of the episode.
Yes. And then just to talk a little bit about Ava too, just like Sunny, Ava's also looking for people to testify for her during the trial, the custody battle that she's going to have. So she was working with Scotty with that. Basically, in essence, Ava and Sunny are both having problems finding people who are willing to testify for them. Um, and then Kate's, even though we've mentioned Kate's, Kate's really has another agenda. He really is after Sunny. And so that is coming out more to the forefront than it has in the previous episodes. And Case is doing everything he can in order to bring down Sunny. And that includes using Ava. So in essence, right now, Ava and Case are both using each other to the best of their ability to try to move forward with their plans of how they want to move ahead. And so Kate is asking Ava anything that she's willing to share about Sunny. We did have a couple more scenes just to talk about very briefly, and they weren't anything big. But Tracy and Ned, it was Luke's birthday, and Tracy and Ned had a very nice conversation that I enjoyed watching in regards to talking about Luke. Laura actually went to go visit Anna, and Laura can't find Valentine. And of course, she's more concerned, of course, because her granddaughter Charlotte would be involved too, and she can't find Charlotte either. And so Laura questions Anna and asks Anna, and Anna says all of nothing, but Anna says that she will help as she needs to. So Laura is just really nervous because her granddaughter is missing, but she does know that her granddaughter is with her dad. And then Anna and Brennan is the last storyline I kind of want to touch on for this week. Um, Anna went to go to the prison to go see Brennan, who she has spoken to on numerous occasions at the prison. Well, when she arrives at the prison this time, they indicate to her, meaning the prison security or the prison guards, that, and it might be the superintendent, I'm not sure, but anyway, mentions that that there is not a Brennan at this particular jail, and there never has been. And so Anna's very confused because she starts listing dates that she went to go see him. And he looks at her and says, no, he does not exist and has never been at this jail. Anna even mentions that she's willing to speak to some of the prisoners there. And he looks at her and said, I'm sure they're going to say that he has never been here. So that in essence is what the highlights for this week. Did I leave anything out, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean that pretty much touches on most of it, other than the minor storyline of Willow and Drew in there.
Yes, we'll call that really minor. Yes. Willow and Drew saw each other out at the dock at the Quartermains, where Willow was surprising Michael with a dinner. And Drew just kept showing up without a shirt. Anyway, so that's the essence of that. And so, Brad, I want to talk a little bit about some of the best storylines that I thought of for the week. For me, I really like the storyline. I like Carly's reaction to everything. I thought for acting purposes, she did a really nice storyline reacting to Jason and how she thinks these things need to be there. She had a really nice storyline speaking with Sunny and showing what her thoughts are. Sunny didn't agree, but still, shared her thoughts there. And then it was just amusing to watch her with Kate, even though she's asking to be arrested. The banter back and forth was just kind of funny, and just the looks on everyone's faces when they watched Carly as she was just kind of having it out with Jagger. I have another part two to that, and that has to do with Jason and Danny. I really like the scenes that they had together, and I think you had a little. Oh, and what was your best storyline for you, Brandon?
I will say storyline wise, I really liked the bonding moment between Jason and his son Danny. I thought that was really nice and genuine. Although, if I had to pick just one moment at all, it certainly will be Carly just begging for Agent Cates to arrest her, because I mean that was just truly hilarious, and I think just uh, a very fun part of this week. But I will say one thing I would give us an honorable mention that we forgot to mention was that Christina and Blaze actually went on air to discuss, what was going on with them in regards to, of course, the leaked message from a few weeks ago.
Yes, and I included them. I included Christina as one of the best actors of the week. And I'm sorry, and I forgot about that when I was writing out my synopsis for the for everything else. But yes, Christina was on the Paris Hilton show, and I thought she did a really nice job of defending, well, defending's not the right word, but actually having a conversation with the host there. I thought she did a really nice job there. I thought she had a conversation with her sister a little later with Molly, and I thought she had a very nice, well, even though the conversation itself wasn't nice, I thought Christina kind of presented herself well within that conversation. Who did you think was the best actor of the week?
For once, I would say that, at least from us doing this, that there's quite a bit of people that we could choose from here, but I'm going to have to give it, I think, to Carly, just because of just the enthusiasm she's had this week, and like her determination. I just think that just her performance in that one scene and some of the scenes before and after as well, just truly brought like every character to their attention. But as an honorable mention, I'll definitely give it to both Jason and Danny, just because I just really like them, and even honorable mention to Christina for that matter.
Okay. And then I added in a new category this week, and that's touching storyline. And I say that because I thought the storyline with Tracy and Ned was really nice. It's nice to see, we're seeing a lot of Tracy just being very nice to people, and actually she's sharing about herself. And Ned even made that comment too, that he liked that she was sharing. And so for touching storyline, I really like that they talked about Luke, because Luke has not been mentioned in quite a while. And so I like that they had a deep conversation about them. And the other thing that I liked about Tracy was at the end, they had, at that same episode, they had Tracy and Sunny speaking and talking about Luke, which I thought was nice as the connection, because you never quite see Tracy and Sunny together. And to see them both together and to refer to Luke also, and then also to have a memory of Sunny remembering Luke and something that they did together. So I thought they did a really nice touch there. And then the other storyline that we've both talked about is Jason and Danny. I just thought they did a really nice job with them being in the bus station together, and then also when they were in Bobby's earlier that Monday episode. I thought they did a really nice job of having them have a conversation. My question overall is, where's Jake? Because we see Jason having these conversations with Danny, and then it was alluded to, as we said over a week ago, in regards to um, Jason and Jake having some conversations and even going somewhere together, but we never saw them. So I'd love for the writers to actually have maybe both brothers together with Jason, and to, I think that would be a great opportunity for them to kind of bond all three of them together. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, because I was a little surprised that he called one son and not the other, or even the mother of one of his sons, Elizabeth, just because they had somewhat of a camaraderie over the last several weeks. So for them not to be included with that seems a little odd, I guess. But I guess they wouldn't have as strong of a reaction. It's like, oh, it's Jason, he's going to leave for undesignated period of time. Just normal.
Yeah. And then for our fast forward moment of the week, okay, I'm sorry, Sasha, it was you again. Um, I did like the scene with Violet and Sasha. However, I don't know, Violet could have had that conversation with anyone. I was amused that Violet said that Sasha could be her grandmother. That made me laugh. But but Sasha was my fast forward moment. Now I also wanted to fast forward Molly and TJ, sorry, because they just annoyed me. The court, while they were in the court arguing about what Christina said, because I didn't take what Christina said very seriously, because she had said that she didn't want to get into her sister's business on TV. So I think they kind of took that out of context, and then just kind of ran with it. And so I could have fast forwarded that whole scene with Molly and TJ. And then the shirtless Drew. Yeah, I'm sorry. I could have fast forwarded that particular scene also because I know they're trying to create something with Drew and Willow. I understand that. However, it just didn't work on this time. So I could have fast forwarded them. Did you have any fast forward scenes, Brandon?
Yeah, for the most part, I agree with that. I didn't mind, Sasha in this week with Violet, and it's nice to see Violet again. We haven't seen her in quite a while, but but yeah, it was kind of funny when it's like, wow, you can be my honorary grandma. It's like, can it be cool aunt instead? So I thought that was kind of fun. I didn't need to see shirtless Drew, and him repeatedly showing up to the house. I don't think he really had a purpose, and like he lost his watch. How did he lose his watch? Was he even wearing a watch? I should have rewinded for that. But yeah, that was that. And then I don't quite understand why Molly and TJ per se are making as much of a fuss as they are. I know that they had their issues with Christina being their surrogate, but I don't think they would have. Think they would have even gotten mad had she mentioned the truth on the on the interview. So I'm not really getting all of their fuss per se, but who really knows?
Yeah. And then what do I want to know is next, meaning for the upcoming weeks or just what happened this week? The big thing for me is really Brennan. And why is Brennan missing? It's not that I care for Brennan as the character per se on the show. It's more so the concept of why is he missing. My thought is that Valentine, took him, borrowed him, or whatever Valentine did with him. But to erase him altogether, that would be the biggest thing. And then the question of if it wasn't Valentine, then who helped him? Because that means that there's someone else out there who's kind of torturing Anna or whoever is doing this pikeman things. Was there anything else that you want to know for the upcoming week, Brandon?
I largely said that one as well, but something that did sort of connect the dots for me a little bit that I noticed in either this week's or last week's viewings I haven't mentioned here yet before is
Mm-hmm.
so a few weeks ago we had been mentioning all about Laura potentially bringing Heather out of prison because she wasn't fully knowledgeable of what she was doing because of the influence of her medical condition. However, right now we have Sunny acting erratic and and constantly causing chaos, as we saw with his conversation with his son Michael. And so I was wondering if, if potentially if they find Sunny unsuitable to have his daughter Avery, which where is she by the way, right now? But
The nanny has her.
yeah, but I wonder if potentially if Sonny is convicted or whatever the case may be, if he could be exonerated in the same way that they were leading up to Heather being free, because Heather made it very clear that she doesn't want to be free, but since I feel like these two storylines can kind of parallel, and that maybe it can allow for Sonny to be free, and from what Pikeman and what Ava are doing to him and his medications.
Yep, that's very true also. And so that'll be interesting to see if they were laying the groundwork for that in order to give Sonny an out, because right now Sonny's acting so irrationally that they would need an out in order to excuse him for his behavior. And that would be the way in order to do it. And then something that I'm sorry I didn't mention was that Sonny, when Sonny saw Carly in jail, at the police station rather, that at the end Sonny said he was going after Kate's, and so it'll be interesting to see if someone's able to stop him or what really happens next week.
Yeah, definitely. And I will note too is how exactly was Sonny able to be with Carly unless he was acting as her lawyer? Because I would be very surprised that Diane wasn't there. So, and I obviously don't think that you can send a FBI prisoner to meet up with a mob boss in the police station lobby. So I'm, yeah,
Only in Port Charles can you do that. And so, and I do know that Diane was with Jason, so they're probably trying to figure. They were trying to figure out what in the world to do with Carly and what Jason can do also. And so, those people we appreciate everyone who watched today. If you're watching, make sure you like and subscribe so that we know that based on the numbers that people are watching. But we need people to like and subscribe. And so if you have any other thoughts about this particular episode, if we left anything out, please let us know. And we thank you all for joining in today, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we sure will. And Mom, one last question for you is, since the episode was teasing that in this upcoming week, Jason will have to choose between saving Carly or saving Sonny. Who do you think he's going to choose to save?
He's going to choose. He's going to save Carly because that's just what Jason does. So, like I said, with Sonny possibly going down, not quite sure what's going to happen.
And I'm going to say the opposite. I think he's going to save Sonny because I think he can figure that Carly can save herself.
Well, that's a good thought too. So we'll have to see which one of us is right.
Yeah, well, we can't wait to speak to you next week.
All right, everyone. Have a great day. Bye
We'll see you
bye.
next time.
Bye bye.